And if you don't know the purpose of life, I'll give you some simple example. Why I'm giving you these examples? Because remember one thing, Prabhupada told us that you should not be just mugging these what I'm telling you. You should basically be able to understand it. Because when you understand it, you apply it. It is something like this. I'll give you an example. What happens? There is a student. This is your son. He's a student. And you ask him, have you polished your shoes? Yes. Have you completed? Have you got your books covered with brown paper? Yes. Have you set up your bed properly? Yes. Are you ready to go to school? Yes. Have you had your breakfast? Yes. Did you prepare for your exams? No. Hey. Because polishing the shoes, getting your bed right, getting your book covered is actually not the purpose. The purpose is to prepare for the exams and clear them. All other activities is done perfectly. The same thing happens with us. We do all our other activities properly, but when actually Yamaraj asks this question. Yes, what did he do? Oh, children very well off. Oh, that bird is also doing. The bitch also takes care of her puppies. You can't go near them. She sees to it that they are perfect, and when they become big and strong and they can take care of themselves, then they go on their own. And that's what's happening today. Is it not so? He says, no, you didn't do anything great. He says, no, then I did this for my parents. No, very good. What else? If the person who has no parents, that means he's not done good work? No. Then what else had I to do? Well, you've given this human form of life for a particular purpose. Other things had to be done. What the person had to clean his shoes, the student had to clean his shoes, keep his books properly, everything was important, but for what? For clear the exams. But have you thought over it? Anytime? I think the goal of life is this. I think, oh, who are you to decide that the microphone is made not for speaking into it, for something else? I think so. Sorry, your thinking takes you anywhere. No, not nowhere. So you understand? Why do you pray? If you ask people, why do we pray? I feel good. Sorry, prayers are not for you feel good. That the person, a drug addict, would also say, I feel good. A person who takes alcohol also says, I feel good. That's why I do it. The terrorists also feel, they have a party when they blow up something and basically so many people are dead. What do? They have a party. They congratulate one another. Oh, great work you have done. Is it not so? Sorry, don't go into this thing, I feel good. No. You have to be serious. And that's why spiritual knowledge is a must. I'll just explain a few things. Very important to take this knowledge. There is a word called praman. That is a Sanskrit word. All must have heard about this word. That is actually praman also means proof, validation, right? So there are different type of pramans, but actually there are three most important ones. The first one, praman is the way by which truth is ascertained. Repeating it. Praman is something by which a truth is ascertained. That is actually praman. That's the Sanskrit word. Proof is what? By which something is established. So three ways of gaining knowledge. What are they? First, it is called pratyaksh praman. Pratyaksh praman means that what I see or what I take in. Now there are four problems in this. First, our senses are incomplete. Our senses are incomplete. You can't hear below a particular hertz and you can't hear above a particular hertz, right? So these eyes, everything is incomplete. All senses are incomplete. Next, we have a tendency to commit mistakes, right? To err is human. So all of us have got tendency to commit mistakes. Third, we are illusioned. For example, you put a pencil into a glass of water. How does it see? When you see it, how do you see it? Broken, right? It is not straight. Fourth, we have got a tendency to cheat and get cheated. We have a tendency to cheat and get cheated, all of us. My father cheated me. How? By telling me, if you become this, you will become happy. But he never told me that by taking spiritual life, you will become happy. He told me by getting more and more facilities, you will become happy. Cheating. And I got cheated. Initially, yes. But because that was my nature, to question everything. But when I used to get the answer, I actually never used to go into arguments. Discussion is good, arguments are bad. Argument means I want to prove that you are wrong. That's the worst thing in an argument. It's not that I am right. No, I want to prove you are wrong. That's the worst thing in an argument. In a discussion is this? No, we want to do some churning, let the butter come out. But in arguments, what happened? You want to break the jar. You break the jar, the milk spills, and you don't get anything. Where in discussion, you churn the cream and you get butter. So we got a tendency to cheat and get cheated. Illusion, we think something and it happens something. The biggest illusion is what? I think I am the body, whereas I am not the body, I am the soul. Biggest illusion. Second is, now this is the first. Due to this, what happens? What you inherit has got these 4 faults in it. Senses are incomplete, tendency to commit mistakes, illusion, and fourth is cheating. So what will come out? It happened. In archaeology, there was a woman scientist. I don't remember her name now. It was in 1959 or 60. She found some fossils which proved that human beings existed about 100,000 years back. But at that time, science believed that humans were not there before 5,000 years. So when she presented her research paper, actually her stipend was withdrawn. This is in scientific circles, this is known as scientific filtration. You want to prove something, so what happens? The thing which is not helping you to prove what we want to prove, you put it aside. There are 2 basically devotees who have written a book called Forbidden Archaeology. Such a thick book. When it came into the market, the archaeology of scientific people actually bought off 99% of that because it proved that their theories were wrong. And they are both are scholars, PhD. Both are PhD scholars. One is something, I do not know what mathematics, what is normal, not normal mathematics, some other mathematics he's doing. He had done PhD in that. We got a devotee who's in San Francisco. Actually, he's the first person to do PhD in quantum mechanics and consciousness. He's a gold medalist from BITS Pilani. He's a South Indian. There are 8 brothers, 7 are scientists. He became a devotee. He just read one shloka of the Bhagavad and he said, this is incredible knowledge. And he got angry on his mother. He told his mother, "Mother, you made a fool out of me." "Oh, what did I do?" "You cheated me." He says, "What did I do?" He says, "You never told me I'm going to die. You told me all other things which would happen or not happen. But one thing which was the truth, you never told me. You cheated me." He's now 65, 66 years old. Still his softwares are running in Ford and Chrysler. His name is Ravi Gautam. His initial name is Rasraj Das. He runs the Bhaktivedanta Institute, which only preaches to Nobel Prize winners and to the top scientist faculty people. He does not come under normal people. He said, "Oh, I don't want to waste time." So these group of devotees, they are basically teaching also in universities. And simultaneously they are doing this research. So he wrote this book, Forbidden Archaeology. You can get this book. This is almost such a thick book, where you can come to know that how these fossils are still lying in the archaeological departments, which are proving that humans existed 1 million years back also. So cheating is going on, please. As I read also that 85% of the research scholars in the world, in America also, in India also, are actually not doing any research. They're only there for stipend. Because in PhD you get that, na? You get a grant. So they're only working for grant, 85% of them. Only 10 or 50% of them are serious to do their doctorate. Rest ones are only doing it for grant. I read this report had come out. So the next praman is called Anuman Praman. Logic. But logic is based on the first one. Because what you get, what is logic actually? Try to understand logic. You're sitting in your house, you got an apple tree outside. Okay? Then the apple drops one day and it makes thud, a sound. Then again apple drops, again it makes a thud, a sound. Then third time what do you say? When a sound comes thud, you said, oh, don't worry, an apple has fallen down. So this is actually called logic. It happened, and then what did you do? So you got this. But this logic is based again on your imperfect senses, tendency to commit mistakes. It is also based on this. And the third is called Shabda Praman. Now this is the highest. Knowledge can be taken in two ways. It is called ascending process or descending process. What is ascending process? Ascending process is this: my parents tell me that everyone dies, beta. I said, no, I don't believe you till I don't see everyone die. Is it possible to see everyone die? It's not possible. So ascending knowledge is not every time great. Ascending, where you are trying to get knowledge, because some knowledge part is there which you can never get it on your own. Right or wrong? Simple, I give you an example of simple, that everyone dies. So then it comes now, when you believe in your parents, that is called ascending knowledge. Parents means higher authority. When the higher authority tells you something, you believe in that. That is called descending knowledge. It is coming from the higher authority. So the Shastras are coming from the highest authority. Narayana, it states, Vedo Narayana Sakshat. That Veda are coming directly from the mouth of Narayan. It has got no mistake. When science was fighting that the earth is flat, our Shastras were saying Bhugol. Bhu is Gol, is round. Earth is round. When science was saying the sun does not have an orbit, our Shastras used to say sun also has got an orbit. And today science accepts it, the sun also has got an orbit. Science used to say there is no bacteria in the fire. Now they say there are fire bacteria who survive in fire. Our Shastras used to say that these living entities are sarvagatha. They are everywhere. Like the tetanus bacteria actually does not survive in oxygen. If it gets oxygen, it dies. So there are different living entities. So the scriptures today, tomorrow I'll try to get you the quote of that person who has stated that what our astronomers, what our Shastras said was the distance between the earth and the different planets. Actually there's a difference only a few miles. They are doing it through the telescope. The difference is only few miles. And that was Vedas since time immemorial, coming down. So please, this is called Shabda Praman. Yes. We have checked it, we have seen it. They are perfect. The Srimad Bhagavatam, which is not a book of medicine, describes the living entity in the womb of the mother, how it grows. And the medical fraternity people were shocked that these people knew this much before. And we have just come to know about 30, 40 years back that how does the baby grow in the womb. And exactly the same what they are now finding out with their instruments and by their different ways. So don't doubt the Vedas.